Welcome back, everyone, to glorious Hearts of Iron 4 Millennium Dawn China thing. Now I'm super fucking tired because it's the end of the day, but we've got some good stuff going on. Taiwan SAR becomes a puppet of China. Look at that, Shanghai Pact. Wait, that deleted all of the emerging. This starts off amazing already. That's just so good. Anyway, the reason why we were able to do this so quickly is because they went bankrupt, and so we were able to. So what happens when a country goes bankrupt in the current system that they have is that it loses all of its independence from foreign influence, and so those influence points then become percentages in our favor or in the favor of, you know, whatever else country is around. So then I was just able to spam target other influence on the USA and knock them out of Taiwan, and I became over 50%, and that allowed me to get the amazing Taiwan SAR. Where is it? Damn, this focus tree is so massive. Oh, it's up here. Right, there we go. Now, a new united front, right. To get the new united front thing, we need them to not have the Westerner outlook in charge, which it's kind of annoying. If we look at, you know, what would that even do? It would make them join the Shanghai Pact, but does it matter? They're already in the Shanghai Pact. It would be kind of cool to take the second United Front, but then we also get the second, the anti-Japanese communique, which plus 10% attack bonus against the country, and we're gonna fight the Japanese at some point, so we're gonna want to take that at some point. But I mean, for now, we're just gonna be happy with the fact that Big Brain has prevailed. Next up, we're going to do some Belt and Road, the western route through Burma. We've been increasing the amount of... I should have probably been letting the clock run. We've been increasing the amount of infrastructure investment that we have abroad. So as you can see, we have $588 billion invested overseas. And the reason that that is the case is that if we want to... get these Belt and Road focuses done, we need to have improved the infrastructure in certain areas. And yeah, for example, we had a Taiwanese election. How interesting. The Christian Liberal Party nationalist outlook. See, that's the fucking USA. Look at these fucking Christian Liberal Party right-wing populist. Yes, very interesting. Now, yeah, I wonder wait, we can establish a military base in South Korea. We can non-aggression pact South Korea. You have strategic reasons to be friendly to China. Oh, you betcha. See, the problem is the USA loves them probably now. That's not good. So anyway, the Fash Koreans are gonna be soon joined, I think, by the Fash Japs, although actually they took the democratic they took some democratic paths. However, Japan declares interventionism, Korea unification ultimatum. So I wonder exactly what could happen. Chinese unification ultimatum. I love how, you know, Chinese unification ultimatum, it's like, hello, the China is unified. But yeah, the Japanese are coming, so I actually redeployed a bunch of troops to the, you know, to the Korean border, just in case they're gonna be needed for a war against the, you know, the anime pussies, as it may. We need a bunch of guns. Okay. More than happy to get the guns. Also, other than guns, self-propelled AA, which, well, is gonna be useful against the Japanesos, the Jeff Bezos. Anyway, now we also control a bunch of the Spratlys, because the event gives us the Spratlys, or sorry, the Vietnamese ones. Not the Vietnamese, Jesus Christ, the Taiwanese ones. And now that we're getting this western route of the Belt and Road, the reason why we're doing the Myanmar part first is that we have a bunch of influence with them. So this is going to give us 20 Chinese influence over them. And yeah, that's not going to be a lot of percentage. It's going to be like... Man, my maths is terrible. It's going to be like... something along the lines of 3%, probably. But I am boosting emerging outlook so that the coup is going to be easier. Like, we have a 46% of the coup succeeding right now, so if we wait until our emerging popularity is higher, we're going to have a very, very high chance of getting the coup done. And yeah, in the meantime, we might as well do some investment in Thailand so that then we can take that part of the Belt and Road. And yeah, so our sort of friendo collection is growing. I like how we can't economic aid Laos because they've got the same GDP as us. How interesting. We should get the GDP growth very, very soon, considering that we are getting all these military factories. And other than that, that should be most of the... yeah, most of the states, we are only lacking one factory. And so once that's the case, we can take the amazing, where is it, Chinese military projects? Oh, or sorry, no, that's focus. Sorry, that was the GDP. Now that we actually have more than 75 military factories, we can take the focus on strategic industries. Ooh, military industry output plus 5%. Oh, that increases, right? That's because it increases the military spending. So we want to do that a bit later because that's going to be expensive. Anyway, get me some Laos relations. Yeah, Laos relations are pretty good. How's our influence here? Around 25. Okay, anyway, we got the Myanmar 466. Yeah, apparently that's not even a single percentage point. Rip-a-roni. And pepperonis. That is very, very sad. Anyway, what are the Japanese doing? That's actually, alright, they're still doing the same focus because the game is running pretty slow at this point. Because, you know, we've been 11 years in. Let's check out some, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Ooh, Kazakhstan communists. The Communist Party of Kazakhstan with no person. Oh, Jesus, look at those Russians. Huh, minus 10 influence. That's not a lot. Like, that's really not a lot. We need to keep the Kazakhstan in check in case the Russians... In case the Russians do some annoying stuff. Invite Japan to NATO? What the f... That would not be good. Invitation to NATO. What the fuck? Apparently he can invite the Taiwan SAR into NATO. And since they're Western, I think they're gonna accept even though they're our puppet. I'm not sure exactly how would that work. In fact, how the fuck does that even work? Because NATO has turned into, you know, the faction. I am very confused. Weird things are gonna happen. Weird ass things are gonna happen. I wouldn't mind some extra multi-rolls. Some weird things are gonna happen. Anyway, the Koreans are, we've already seen them. Vietnam went nationalist in the focus tree, so they have a bunch of nationalist outlook, but they have no elections. So either they have like an uprising or whatever, or it's not gonna matter. There we go, central route for Laos. We get some extra influence in there. The amount of influence that you get for these focuses is not that high, but it's better than nothing. It is better than nothing. Ooh, we should do the 99-year lease on Sri Lanka. It's more than 30% Chinese influence. Ooh, right. That is not a lot of Chinese influence. Let's get some Chinese influence. Okay, 22%. If we get extra 20 influence with them, it's gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be enough later. Oh, there we go. Japan declares interventionism. Japan has reassured the global community that it would stand strong in its democratic values, but it would also pursue a more aggressive foreign policy to enforce democratic principles both at home and abroad. Another one of those Democrats. Ugh. Another measure that we have taken to, guard ourselves against possible Japanese stupidity is that we're building these light infantry divisions, which are, like 30 with? Yeah, 30 with, but, they've got a tank company, they've got some recce, but especially they've got a lot of artillery and engineers. They're a coastal defense. And our fleet has grown a fair bit. So let's actually get some exercising going on, so that we can improve the usefulness of our aircraft carriers. That sounds quite awesome. Right, so that's Southeast Asia. I mean, Thailand is doing its thing. Myanmar, man, that's taking a while. Oh, we could use the manipulate politics, which is going to give us plus 5% emerging outlook. That's better to do later, actually. That's actually better to do near the end, when the effectiveness of the boost popularity is lower. Anyway, the problem here is that I think they have a bunch of national spirits for different supports, so that's difficult. India's staying mostly non-aligned. Pakistan Muslim League, pretty normal stuff. Eventually the Northern Alliance is gonna win, but it's gonna take a while. And there we go, Japan joins NATO. That's pretty cancer. I hope that, oh, there we go, the Korean unification ultimatum. What the hell's gonna happen now? What in the world is about to happen? Right, we have a bunch of random troops all over. Let's bring them over. And I guess let's bring some aircraft, because if the... Man, I hate how it mixes the fucking squadrons. Yo, what if I give a higher priority to one squadron? Can I even do that? Is there a priority function? No, it's just high replacement priority. It's not high have good planes priority. Oh well. Let's get some air forces over the Korean Peninsula. At least we've got good air superiority fighters. Why are you smaller squadrons? Me no understand. Excellent. There we go. I've got a bunch of strike fighters too, and they're gonna be the anti-shipping. Again, this is in case some kind of weird war breaks out with the Japanese. Sorry, not close air support. Although we are gonna need some close air supports up here. Excellent. There we go. Let the game run. Habintotak port expansion. Yeah, as you can see, we cannot take the 99-year lease because we do not have enough Chinese influence. Well, how about we get some Chinese... Wait, isn't that gonna increase Chinese aggression? That is gonna increase Chinese aggression by 1. Is that a big problem? Chinese aggression is at 0, so no, it isn't a big problem. So we need over 30%. Let's get some influenzo. Now, we could target their independence or India's influence. Target the Indians and get that 30%. Very good. The 99-year lease. So this is basically what happened is the Chinese government went up to Ceylon and was like, or Ceylon, Sri Lanka, was like, hey, you like money? And we're like, yeah. What for? Well, we're gonna build a port, the Habintota port down here. And they're like, okay. Are there like clauses? Well, if you can't pay back for, you know, the investment over a certain amount of years, we're gonna take it. And they went like, okay. And they couldn't pay it back. And then they got a 99-year lease on it. Now, 99-year lease in like diplomatic lingo is just a euphemism for forever. Although sometimes 99-year leases, you know, but by the 99 years, the power levels, you know, the relative strength level. Oh, right. Why did I do that? I've got 15 Marines already. Like, relative strength levels change, and thus, you know, and thus, from that, you can change the terms of the agreement more to your favor, but yeah. Like, for example, you know, most obvious example is Hong Kong. The actual island itself was taken in perpetuity, so forever, by the British. And then after a few more, you know, widdly waddles, the Second Opium War and all that, they got the new territories and Kowloon, or whatever you want to pronounce that as, which is basically all the parts of Hong Kong that are actually bordering China on the mainland, because like actual Hong Kong Island itself is very, very small, and you know, it's the southern tip. The rest of Hong Kong is to the north, and that's where they get their water from. So their water and a bunch of other stuff that's needed for a city, like for example, there's power plants over there. So basically, if the Chinese want to get the territory that's near Hong Kong back, the new territories from the 99-year lease, they're like, okay, we're taking it. And then if the British want to keep Hong Kong Island after that, there's no point, because, you know, at any point the Chinese can just cut off the water. And so that's yeah, the Hong Kongers are not gonna stay with the British if they don't have water. So that's basically the calculation that happened to when basically the 99-year lease reasoning got extended to Hong Kong itself, even though legally the 99-year thing was only supposed to matter for whatchamacallit, for the new territories or whatever. Anyway, we're about to get some good old 99-year leases, and the Japanese are about to be bad people. So anyway, China gains control of Sri Lankan port. Every country gets that. I wonder if and there we go. Now we can access their stuff. They have 0 units. Oh no, they have 11 units. We have military access. We don't have like spotting. Anyway, I wonder if Chinese aggression. Oh, they love us. Chinese aggression doesn't like actually have any malices to, you know, to like opinion, which is kind of funny. Anyway, in the meantime, perhaps we should get some of these military projects. Tackle drug trafficking. Could do undermine ASEAN. Ooh, we could do some Hong Kong stuff. We could also get some emerging propaganda and build some mosques. Our Uyghur opinion is going up, so the Uyghur threat is actually going down. We could at this point go for the intra-party democracy, but it really wouldn't do us much of any good. Greater Tibetan Autonomy. At some point. Ooh, enforce the 9- line. I feel like this is the moment to start doing this. Let's start muddying up the waters ourselves because, you know, everyone else in the world is being a big dumb shit. Yo, okay, so there we go. Japan and South Korea march on Pyongyang. The Japanese and South Korean governments have made a joint statement that they would reunite Korea by force. China needs to act now or risk losing their vital buffer state against its East Asian rival. Should we aid Pyongyang or leave them to suffer? We will stand and fight. I mean, of course, we have guaranteed our good buddy Kim Jong. Alright, strike force. Now you will never engage. And you will patrol. Come on. What you gonna do when we come for you? Did they back down? I think they backed down. Which is just very, very fucking sad. That did not cause any fucking world tension, you know, ultimatum to invade North Korea. Oh well, we'll make our own fucking trouble. Don't worry. We can do some provocative fleet exercises and island building. And all these nice things to the world. Oh, Jesus. Load event. Oh, stagnation? No thanks. We need to get back to earlier, higher growth. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do with our political power now, I guess, for a while. Anyway, we can still do some nasty stuff in the Korean peninsula by criticizing the American presence and demanding withdrawal. So do not worry. Now, there is a big issue, like clashes over the East China Sea. Wait a second. Japan may call upon their allies for help against this provocation. Yeah, we need to be very, very careful because they're a NATO member. So actually going to war over Japan is going to be difficult in the near future. Anyway, we need to get our economy out of this issue. And there's a bunch of stuff that we need to do, so I'll be off for a little bit. Oh, and of course, because, I mean, of fucking course. And, you know, the thing that I hate the most about HOI4 is that, you know, the emerging is back. Hilarious. You know, the thing that I hate the most about fucking, this stupid-ass game is that you cannot remove national spirits except with, like, save game editing, which makes it really, really retarded. Like, why the fuck should I fucking tolerate this stupid dumb shit in my game? Whatever. Well, okay. So, I wasn't expecting this to be... Oh, right, they're the Nazis. Bruneian election. Interesting. So... Apparently the Israelis are just like, let's go, boys. And they're invading Jordan. What the fuck? That was not expected, to be honest. And they're crushing the Jordanians. Or at least the militias. Look at that. The 5th Southern Division. And the Israeli paratroopers. And the Israeli paratroopers and all those people are gonna fucking demolish. I need more frigates, goddammit. They're gonna fucking demolish the Jordanians. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Right, the Syrians, like, cannot, their Western outlook, the Syrians cannot do anything, unfortunately, for,
a glorious victory, comrade.
Interesting. Yeah, unfortunately for the mod, because all these focuses do not do shit. So yeah, harbor extremists, you know, lovely. Doesn't actually do anything, so they're not gonna join in against the Israels or anything like that. There we go. Island building. We're doing some provocative fleet exercises in the French Republic, 6.1%. They've set up a puppet regime. Oh, so the AI actually does that. Who? Niger. Okay. Also known as African India from the flag. Can he do that to anyone else? Yeah, very soon Burkina Faso. We're at 46%. We need to start countering some of that info. Ooh, Senegal is at 66%. And I remember that Guinea starts off with a lot of French influence, but they seem to have lost most of it. Anyway, oh, and Senegal, of course, but what about Cameroon? Not much. Right. And, oh, and wow, the Congo War is still going on. It's been 10 years. We're still fighting out there in the jungles. Anyway, I think on this note, with the fucking Israeli troops storming into Amman, how is that not causing more than 1% world tension? Wait, they've set up 2 puppet regimes. Have they lost a puppet? How have you lost a puppet? How is that even possible? Anyway, oh. Is that a 64% United States influence in Libya with 32% nationalist outlook? Yeah, seems like a big old coup is gonna come in Libya. Okay, brother. Anyway, so other than that, I will promptly fuck off and go to sleep. Or, well, go probably do some stuff and then sleep. And, yeah. I'll be back. The United States' territory in Kuwait. And I'll be back in near future with some more Millennium Dawn. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.